Welcome to episode 10. Time to catch up on some progress and show you what we've got cooking with the body. Since the last episode, we took the KT01 back down to Mexico. We went down there for the Baja 500 this time. We met up with Toby Price and we let him take the KT01 out for a spin and pre-run the entire course, or at least this section of the course. He split it up with Paul Wheel and then ended up winning the entire race overall in trophy truck class. They've been struggling the past few years with mechanical issues and a bunch of bad luck. They had a truck catch on fire. And it was great to be a part of the team. Everybody was super cool and it was really exciting to help them get their first win. We put over 700 miles on the truck down there and Toby loved it. The performance was awesome. Everything from the steering to the suspension to the brakes. He was really happy on the overall package right out of the box.
Cool to see out of the box. We have really had no issues and no dramas. It's that's usually unheard of when the boys went and done some racing in Nora and had a trouble-free run there after they built the truck, and yeah, it's continuing on. So yeah, touch wood, we have a good week, and yeah, appreciate the boys helping out, trying to basically help Team Australia to yeah, get a podium with this one here for 500. So it's, yeah, much appreciated.
We are now moving on to the next exciting phase of the KT01 build, and we've removed all the temporary stuff from the Nora 1000 and we're getting it ready to install the final cabin structure. We've put a ton of detail into this thing. It's gonna be on a whole nother level. We have an entire tub that goes inside the roll cage that's going to be completely sealed, then an outer skin that goes around that to give a really awesome truck look. It'll all meet up in the middle in this door opening here where we'll have an OEM seal, and then working doors, power windows, and then we'll get air conditioning installed and really turn this thing into a true luxury pre-runner. We've built a handful of other sealed cab vehicles where we've designed our own cabins. It's a really tricky process. Trying to get everything to wrap around all the roll bars and seal up properly is quite the undertaking. I think we've come up with a really good plan and execution for the design of this one, and we're really excited to start installing the panels. We've even taken into consideration like the headliner panel, putting grooves and gaps in there so that when you have it upholstered, all that stuff will wrap up nicely and have a clean finished off seam. The way the mounting hardware is going to go in, it'll all be kind of tucked up in areas that you don't see mounting hardware, so you have a clean finish, and also very secure so that it doesn't rattle apart in the extreme off-road abuse that we put these trucks through. We'll be delivering these kits with just raw fiberglass panels or an option for carbon fiber, and we're leaving it up to the customers to customize it and give it their own touch. They can put, you know, whatever kind of upholstery they want on the dash or on the headliner. They can custom upholster the seats. They can paint it whatever they want. They can Line-X the interior or also paint that. The possibilities will be endless, but it'll be really cool to see what people do as they finish them out and put their own touches on them. Another customization option will be the finish on all the suspension parts. We've designed the KT01 so every single suspension part is billet aluminum or chromoly. You can anodize them whatever color you want. You can powder coat them, nickel plate them. These things are beautiful just raw or coated whatever color the customer chooses. We're just really excited. We went with a fully billet suspension setup so that we can maintain the tolerances and make the assembly really easy for the customers. You don't have to use a porta power and a giant sledgehammer to get your A-arms in. Everything will be machined to tolerance and bolt right up. At Nora, we didn't have the final body on the truck, so we decided to go with this dazzle camouflage. A lot of the OEM car manufacturers will use this to hide some of the body lines on their new vehicles when they're out doing testing and development. This actually originated from battleships in the early world wars. We just want to kind of hide some of the lines on the truck so that once we finish the body and have everything final assembled, we can really show you guys the final product. We'll remove this wrap, we'll have the whole thing painted and finished off nicely so it looks like $1 million. We're really excited to bring SolidWorks on as a partner this year. We've designed every inch of this truck in their software, from the chassis design to the plumbing to the suspension to the bodywork, the body mounts. Every inch of this truck is designed in SolidWorks. It's a really great tool that helps us forethink the entire build out from start to finish and then give you guys a really awesome product. This here is one of the first steps in manufacturing after our SolidWorks design is complete. Everything you see here is designed in the computer, from the fixture uprights to every little tab on the fixture that helps us locate the tubes exactly where they're supposed to be to the CAD model. We take every chassis tube, send it to our in-house laser cutting department, and then we bring it over here, assemble it, for high precision. Everything is built on top of this Blanchard ground chassis table that is extremely flat, and it helps us get a really accurate chassis when we're done. I personally have been designing SolidWorks for over 20 years. One of my first jobs out of high school is working at Jim McKenzie Racing, better known as JMR. There we manufactured hydraulic tube benders and hole saw notchers. At that time, almost all these chassis were built by hand. It was cut in a chop saw, bent manually, built on jack stands. They weren't really that precise. I really tried to pioneer automating the whole process, designing the chassis in SolidWorks. I've really tried to forethink the entire design before I ever start cutting a piece of tubing. To top that, our shop was one of the first shops to design and build a fully CAD modeled body for a trophy truck. We used SolidWorks to help design an entire body that fit exactly to our chassis. Then we sent those out to a 5-axis CNC mill shop to carve it out of foam, and we pulled molds from that. The only other team that I was aware of before us to do that is the RCR Miller team on their Volkswagen trophy truck program. And that level of precision is exactly what we're doing with every single KT01 that leaves this shop.
Hey guys, my name's Owen here at Armada. Usually I am either behind the camera or behind the computer here, so this is the first time you're seeing me. I've been tasked with the instruction manual. We don't just want to build a quality truck, but we want to make sure that the experience of building the truck is quality in itself. We looked at others' instruction manuals and found that they're a little bit too long, they're a little bit too overwhelming in certain cases, and it just seems like a task after task after task. Armada wants to make sure that the instruction manual for the KT01 is easy from the beginning all the way to the end. We want to provide you that confidence every step of the way. Not just the quality driving experience, but a quality building experience. When you look at the manual, you're going to notice that there is artwork everywhere. We wanted it to be different than other manuals that just shows you a drawing straight out of SolidWorks or whichever design program. That can be complex for some people. We wanted to make it easy. We're inspired by instruction manuals by Lego and by IKEA, something that's made for everyday people. For example, a father and a son or something that wants to build it in their own garage. This instruction manual should take you from the kit that you receive to a truck in no time. You don't need to have all those previous years of experience to be able to put this truck together. When you read the manual, it should be just as simple as that.
One simple item on the pre-runners that is actually very complicated, most people don't really realize, is a windshield wiper. On a full-blown center mount A-arm trophy truck style pre-runner, we stuff the engine way back into the cabin, and it gets in the way of a lot of stuff that are traditionally mounted on an OEM vehicle. The windshield wipers are usually a dual linkage system. It has an offset motor, the 2 arms, and then a bunch of connecting rods in between. On our steel cap pre-runners, we've engineered a pretty cool system with some cantilever arms and push rods. It's actually a very complicated system to get to work right, but pretty cool. It's a really fun engineering project. But on the KT01, we just try to simplify everything, make it really easy for the guys to bolt together in the garage. So we just put one single wiper motor in the middle of the windshield. We have a cross member that mounts across that's removable for when you take the motor out. And then it's just a simple thing. You bolt the electric motor up, you bolt the wiper arm on it, and you're done. You don't have to mess around with linkages and adjusting things and fabricating all kinds of crazy components.
That's a wrap for episode 10. Stay tuned as we bring this body to life.